Hello viewers, you are welcome once again back to our channel Poverty Fighter Squad on Reflections with Otumba Adeleye. As you know, we are what they call Trojans. We are tireless. We don't run. In horses, there are other species of horses, but there are certain ones they call Trojans. Trojans are tireless. They are tireless. We cannot be tired of talking to you concerning this poverty eradication, because we have made it a point of duty on our own part. This is our own contribution to the development of our nation. And we have committed people, we have committed leaders in this same country of ours who are showing us the way and they are backing us up. So with this backup, we want to assure you that you are welcome to our squad. Remain with us, you cannot regret, and there is no retreat. In the activism palace, we say no retreat, no surrender. There is no way we can surrender. So long as we wake up tomorrow, we are here to do the battle alongside with you. So join forces with us. Let us see that we are able to bring out people out of poverty by empowerment, by encouraging them, by supervising, by monitoring, by getting people into their right minds. We don't want a situation where men and women will just be so discouraged about life that some people are even thinking of committing suicide, not to talk of those who have attempted such. And one of the reasons why this thing prevails in our society is because nobody cares. Nobody cares. What reflection is doing is to be able to look back and see how it was done years back, in the years of our forefathers. How was it done? One thing that came to my mind readily, in our local village in those days, all of us Africans, there's something they call a community farming system, whereby in my own farm, a group of young men and women will come to my farm and farm today. Imagine about 50 people coming to your farm to farm. You can imagine that is what is called what they now term as mechanized farming. We were using it as a human farming by that time. We come to your farm tomorrow. Let us say we have 50 in the community. 50 of us goes to farm A today. We help the person to do the farming, do the planting, use 2 3 days on that farm. The following day it gets to the next person. The following day it gets to the next person, and on and on and on like that. Within a period of 2 months or 3 months, all the farmland in the village is farmed, is planted. And when it comes to harvesting, the same thing goes. So the community is developing, people are happy, nobody is annoyed with one another because his or her farm is going. But these days, all of us walk in different directions. And that is still what African norms is still teaching us that we are ignoring. We think we are civilized. Had it been we have developed our own way of life, we would have been more civilized by now. We left all those ones and left everybody to their own destiny. And it's not helping us at all. It's not helping us at all. I just say I should chip this in as part of the reflections today. I want to thank you very much for having been with us. And I know God will grant us the grace to be together next time. Thank you. Bye. It's another opportunity, having risen to the glory of God. We are happy to be alive. And when we are alive, we are challenged. We are challenged is just another opportunity to do better than we did yesterday. So I want to welcome you back to this channel, the Poverty Fighter Squad channel, where our own goal is to preach how to drive away poverty from Nigeria. And for the multiplier effect that is driving away poverty from West Africa, because people outside Nigeria are already connecting us. Our West African brothers, especially the English-speaking ones from Ghana, Gambia, and other English-speaking countries are already looking into what we are doing in Nigeria, and they are very, very impressed about it. So I want to welcome you to this
you cannot miss this channel. This is a channel of education, this is a channel of enlightenment, this is a channel of progress, a channel that requires that you lift yourself from where you are and go to the next level. Essentially, we are talking about how we can be financially buoyant. When we say we are driving away poverty, the need for us to drive away poverty is for people to be sufficiently balanced financially, getting money into your pockets, food on your table, roof over your head. That is the three principle. Money in your pocket, roof over your head, and food on your table. Well, maybe I'm talking to fathers and mothers. I'm talking to parents because children do not know how we provide this food, and we know how difficult it is to do that. So if you're on this channel, count yourself lucky. I repeat, count yourself lucky. Very soon, this channel is going to be bringing you people who are even in the service of government and exchange with us what their experience is. That is, people who are even having salaries, people who are on paid jobs, not to talk of the majority of us who are in the informal sector where monies are not paid but you earn exactly what you produce. So your production has to commensurate what you earn. Your earning power depends on how you can generate funds for yourself. This one is not a government job. This one is not a secretariat job. It's not a job that has already been put there. You in the informal sector, you are the ones that create. Informal sector is a very good English. That is what they use for entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs are job creators, people who create, they create wealth. One of them is this organization you are listening to, that is the Poverty Fighter Squad of Ikeja Chamber of Commerce. Ikeja is the live wire, economic live wire of Lagos State. Subsequently or effectively, you are talking about Nigeria, because when you are talking of Lagos, you are talking of Nigeria, you are talking of West Africa. Thousands of traders come as far away as Burkina Faso, Ivory Coast, Ghana, Liberia, Cameroon. They come to Lagos. As I am talking with you presently now, people are moving out goods from Lagos produced by Nigerian industries and factories, produced by the entrepreneurs. They are not produced from China. These are products that are coming directly from Nigeria, going into different West African countries, whether English speaking or Francophone. I want to let you know that not only because I'm angry, but because I'm challenged. I have a situation in my hand that I have traveled throughout the west coast of this, uh, what do they call it now? South of Sahara. South of Sahara is West Africa. West Africa is where you watch out for all the gold, all the diamond, all the uranium, all the necessary resources that the Europe and America are using for all this our techno and all that. This is where they get all the raw materials from. That is for another day discussion. But I am encouraging you as a listener, as a watcher, as an at the end, this channel lover. I want to capture your mind. I want us to be wide. When we are not being told certain things, we need to go and be enlightened. We need to enlighten ourselves, ensure that we have those things that it takes for us to be able to get into the next level, out of poverty. The geographical essence of West Africa, what we have here in West Africa with a population of about 370 million people is taking us for a challenge for the next generation to come. This discussion happens today because we are listening to ourselves. We want to take one step before another. In other words, there are so many steps that we are going to take. I'm still going to bring in other people who are going to give you their opinion. I'm going to bring you civil servants, I'm going to bring you entrepreneurs, I'm going to bring you traders, I'm going to bring you transporters, I'm going to bring you people in the industries, different aspects of life. And together we want to come together and discuss what are we going to do to lift ourselves out of this poverty. In the earlier program, we were discussing about Nigeria being the poorest. Nigeria has been identified, not Ghana, not Cameroon, not. They have identified Nigeria as the capital city of poverty worldwide. We did not go to Olympic to get this award. We did not go to Commonwealth to get this award. I don't know. I still want to know the index that is being appropriated for us to have been qualified for this bad image. This is very, very bad. So when I mention that I am angry, please don't take it as if it is emotional. It's not emotional. I am being faced with practical poverty. I have been faced every day on my daily living, seeing people going to bed empty stomach. That means that gentleman or woman has gone to bed with sorrow. I am very, very challenged. I would have not been here if not for the reason of the angle of patriotism. If you look at what we are preaching, a lot of people will look at it and say, why are they bothering themselves? Because they, that is those such people, they are not good Nigerians. This one should bother anybody. Any right thinking Nigerian should be bothered, genuinely bothered. How can you tell me you are not bothered that your brethren went from morning till night is about 12 hours, and somebody wake up from 12 hours to the last hour of the day without anything in his or her belly, and you are happy? Or you go to bed belly full and you think it doesn't matter whether the other man. I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon. This is not our cultural belief. This is not African. This is not our culture. We are our brothers' keepers. There is a brotherhood. There is a connection. Those people who do not have the same feeling as I'm expressing, they may be aliens. And I wonder if they want to increase their population, because I believe you are not an alien and you must have feeling for the other man. Come to think of it, some of us are so rich that we have more than enough. If you do, sponsor somebody, sponsor another person, and lift that person out of poverty. We have two special areas of specialization. We are in Lagos, we are in Abuja. These two places I've mentioned for you, my West African brothers or people outside Nigeria. I want you to know that these two cities that I've mentioned, these are the most prominent and the most viable cities in Nigeria, which makes it West Africa. The only economy that seems to be growing larger than Nigeria is in South Africa. South Africa is doing fine on their own, but I tell you, the West African base, because South Africa has SADC, there is an economic community program. We have ECOWAS here in West Africa. ECOWAS has been pulling up their strength. They are only waiting for the private sector. They are waiting for you, my listener today. They are the one they are waiting for. In every area and aspects of our life, we need to essentially organize ourselves. There is a system that we have worked out. We are the Poverty Fighter Squad. There is a system that rules around us, connecting me to you to somebody else to another person to another person. Before you know it, we will get there. Yes, it is difficult. Yes, it is hard. But you do your own part. If you do your own part, I do my part, we will get to where we are going before we know it. And where are we going? We are going to El Dorado. El Dorado. Where we have been before the colonial people came was the paradise. In our own paradise, We are so sufficiently blessed. We don't have any reason to travel out of our domain. That's why they believe that African people, they do not develop. Those who came here to say in their own dictionary that they discovered us. How can you discover? You discover yourself. It means it is a lack of education for them not to know that we are here. By the time they traveled on the sea and came here, we did not go to them. We did not go to America. We did not go to Europe now. They came here. They came here and met us with organized culture, organized judiciary, organized justice, organized system of trading and commerce within ourselves. They met us here. Another day is for the history of Mungo Park and David Livingstone and all this. When I read this one in my secondary school and primary school days, it was funny to me. Funny how? They said Mungo Park discovered River Niger. Discovered River Niger how? How? Or do they want to change the word that Mungo Park created River Niger? River Niger has been here before. It is because of his own lack of education that he did not know that there is River Niger here. And that is this my Lokoja here with a confluence with Benue State. This is God made. No apology to any Europe, no apology to any America, no apology to any IMF or any United Nation or on United Nation. So my brother, my sister, this is the time to wake up. We have taken up the challenge. We are militarily determining what is going to happen in this next generation. And where we are now is 2022. By 2032, we must be in millions. People out of poverty must be in millions. How do we do it? It is you and me. I'm appealing to you. Let us wake up. Let us determine our fate. We take our destiny in our own hands. We are Africans without apology. We are proud Africans for that matter. We are not people of any lower elements in the constitution of God having made us men. If you see what is happening now, it is the same blood that transpires in a white man. I'm even not even happy calling somebody white man. Everybody is in color. If I am black, I'm black as a color. If you are white as a color. White is equally a color. White is colored. Recently, what I read about African Americans, which I prefer to be referred to with my brothers in the US, they now call them the colored. For God's sake, that is lack of education. That is ignorance. Because white is also a color. White, yellow, green, black, blue, it is a color. The only thing that equates us with every one of us being together is the blood that runs in our veins. I still want the highest scientist of this world to come and prove to me that the blood in the white man is not red. Or the blood that runs in my vein is black. That is why I call it lack of ignorance. This is simply ignoramus, according to my late brother Fela Ransom Kuti. Fela Anikulapo Kuti. The man refuses to be white in any way. His father of blessed memory, a reverend father, Ransom Kuti. These revolutionaries came to this world. He has passed on to the next realm. He changed the name from Ransom to Anikulapo Kuti. These millions and millions of Africans can dare not. They will forever be enslaved to that name of theirs. So today, I am here to encourage us. I am here to admonish us Let us wake up. Let us be responsible. Let us be aware. It's a matter of awareness. If you don't know who you are, then how do you assume that you are a living being? What qualifies you? If you cannot take your destiny by your hands, as this organization, that is the Poverty Fighter Squad of Ikeja Chamber of Commerce, are doing, raising people from the level of poverty and getting them to a level that they can put food on their table, a roof on their head, and their normal life. To even spend 100 years here doesn't have to be in poverty. So we have great job to do, my dear African brothers and sisters. We have great job to do. We also have sympathizers from the other side of the world, that is in Europe, in America. We have sympathizers. We have, when I say sympathizer, we have people who are educated enough to know that white is also a color. I challenge anybody in this whole wide world to show me where you have the blood that runs in your vein is not red blood. If it is not, you are an alien. You don't belong to this earthly position. You don't belong to this geographical balance where you have Asia, you have Europe, you have America, you have Africa, and the rest of us. So if you are there and you are thinking that you want to you don't want to be an African, and you want to compare yourself, or you want to belong, or you want to you want to look like an European, I'm not sorry for you, because I will not let you go. I will not let you go. I will not agree with you. I will change your mind. Your mindset, I will read into it. It will be difficult for you to escape me. I am telling you sincerely. Because you have not told me that that color of white that you think is superior to you by any standard, I challenge you to it. I will not let you go. It's not a matter of it's my human right. I can belong to wherever. There is no human right anywhere. There is a public sense. There is a sense they call public culture. There is a public. If you are inside your house, behind your closed doors, you can do whatever you like. The moment you come to the public, the moment you come to the street, please check what you do. There is a behavior that is acceptable for you to be in the public. There is a culture, there is a public sense that is demanded from everybody. Behind your gate, behind your closed doors, you can do whatever you like, but the moment you come to the public, you must put on your thinking cap and know that that is not the way to behave. So, coming back to the African heritage, we have our culture, we have our norms, we have ethics. All these are programs being put down by our progenitors, those who have come before us, while we too were living. We will live this 100 years you think is long for you to have lived. You are enjoying yourself too much. You think 100 years. The 100 years will end up very, very soon. And the rest of the people that you are leaving behind will only count on those things that you have done for them, or you have left for them as a legacy. The leader of this group, Ambassador Dr. Edward Eyitayo Olutoke, is one of the best people I've ever seen in my life. Somebody who can lay down his life for the other man. I don't want to exemplify him with my Lord Jesus Christ, but he's following that footsteps, living his own comfort zone. He can as well keep everything he has to himself and say everybody go to hell, like millions of Nigerians are doing, like all these our politicians are doing. If they are belly full, they don't know that somebody is empty stomach to go and sleep. Not one day, not one day, for many, many years back. That is what drove him to this level of consciousness. And that is humanity for you. Humanity is all about what you do for the other man, how you care. You knock on his door. Are you okay? What is happening? Can I be of help? In which area? I don't have anything. This is what I have. That is humanity in you. Anything outside that is animalistic. Anything outside the possibility of you going to your neighbor to ask or to be concerned about your brother is animalistic. Nobody, as long as you are lifting your leg on this mother earth, you are responsible to one another. I want us to take this as a message. You get the message, leave the messenger alone. Don't criticize the messenger. Criticize yourself. Watch out yourself and see how you can fall in line with this preaching these people are making. The latest in Africa now is people calling themselves men of God. Breathing on the ignorance of people. The moment you say God, everybody looks around as if I am a sinner. I have to go and look for this God. And every Sunday and every Wednesday and Friday, some people religiously, ignorantly go to one particular place that they call an auditorium and go and be looking for somebody who is not even related to you, something that does not concern your life at all. But those ones that are doing that, they are capitalizing on the ignorance of those people. Because the next thing they will tell you now is that you are fighting God. If you don't go to church, you are fighting God. Which God are you fighting? God who has already created you here to make a living here. You are not fighting him. It's the system of your country that is making you to be running escascator because no provision is made. Like I always discuss, that is another topic for another day, because the system of governance is what determines the level of the prosperity of the nation. We don't have righteous leaders, so we cry. It is in that gap, there is a gap that has been created by the government by not providing for the people, that these so-called these stomach pastors are now capitalizing upon, on the sentiment and on the psychology of my brothers and sisters, who will not be comfortable to sit down in his home or her home in the morning of a Sunday morning, a blessed day of a Sunday morning, and arrange his week. How is this my week going to be? What am I going to do to improve myself this week that I just entered into? Instead of that, I am embarrassed. I am unbelievably embarrassed to be seeing pastors to be telling me on the pulpit that I now have 7 private jets. I cannot believe it. Unfortunately, I have not been to the airport. I wish I know where they park those jets. They will regret it. Because what I see in them is that they are now God of men. They are not men of God. They are now God of men. Because all they do now is to see how they can compete with Bill Gates, compete with